go perfectly from, let's say, day one, hour one, how much work should be involved to customize these agents so that they're, let's say, hitting the main points?
Well, it's a brand. So your AI is a brand, just like your logo. Just like, that is your brand of your business. It should have, its own color board, a voice board. Just like when you imagine in a year from now, you'll be walking in, there might be a screen, you walk in and, facial recognition.
Like PS?
Hi, Joel. We're ready, drop off your keys here and somebody will come and drive you, back home or something like that. It'll have, if you're in the Bronx, in the Bronx, you have a different type of speaker. You're over in, in Skokie and Shemajaj, you have Polish and Spanish, so maybe you have a different type of a voice with that person from someone in Texas. And that voice would be, are you a reserve dealership or are you a happy-go-lucky kind of a voice? I mean, what type of branding do you have for your dealership? And that AI is going to be, that's your brand.
You can customize the personality.
Yeah, so your personality, the voice, the tone, so much. So
when I write a social media and I said, answer this customer back in a snarky tone or create the space in a snarky tone, but yet professional and blank, and it'll come out, hey, and it says something as like smart ass. Yeah, it's kind of like my personality.
So you're going to have, when you answer that question, how long does it take to understand a brand?
Is it the first hour?
Yeah, no, it's going to take a long time. It takes a long time, and you're always making adjustments and changes, and
I'll give an answer. It's a little different though. I mean, and I'm going to talk bad about your product for a second. Sorry. So when you brought me Auto Genie, you said to try it at our store in October of last year, I would not make it live until December for my service customers. I could have just put it on there. It could mess with my X time perfectly. It took 3 days to integrate it. I mean, it was nothing more than a token. It knew my catalog. It knew my capacity. It knew what type of service features it took right away, right? But for the next 3 months, I wanted to break it. I wanted to call it every day and break it. I wanted to go online. I wanted to do the push to talk. I wanted to see would it pick up the background noise. And the first time I went to it, I did break it because it said to me, hey, I don't find you in my database. And I said, oh, that's a shitty experience. I just gave my customer. I needed to say that I can find it. I needed to sync with my XM. I need to identify that they know my customer calling in and ask them questions. And if it doesn't know the answer, then give it to my service manager, give it to my service writer, give it to my BDC. I need a human involved. But I didn't do it 24/7. I said I need a hybrid role. I'm not going all in at AI. I'm not going in all at people. I need to take a combination of the two and create a superpower to where I can capture as many leads as I can and not keep a customer on hold for 7 minutes. I mean, the simple fact of the matter is I had 1,700 calls for my group every night that I missed the call for. And I went in and said, how many of those people get called back? And who's calling them back? Only 10% of those people ever got a call back. 20% of them left a message. Only 5% of those people left a message. Did our service writers and our BDC ever call back the next day?
That's a perfect point for fixed ops, right? Freddie, you're nodding your head.
Yep.
What's your drop rate
answers
on your phone?
call someone else.
What's
Have
your
you checked
drop rate?
that? Because
How
that's
many calls are you missing? Because people are on the phone. So that would be a great place to start. Another thing that works for us is try it on a store that you're like, if the marketing's really going good, like we do multiple rooftops with Facebook ads. So we're going to try it because I have an AI company that wants to build me a dashboard so I can bring them all in at the same time. Because here's the thing, whether you're spending 3 months or 3 or whatever, or a day or an hour or whatever to police it, whether you're trying to decide whether to start, you only have to do this training once, you guys. Because AI will remember where your humans do not. That's the beauty. You have to keep onboarding with churn of humans and hope that the new human gets it the same way the last 4 you hired were. Or are you trying to play whack-a-mole because the phone's ringing, you don't have time to train the newbie, so you have somebody that doesn't get it himself training the new guy. And then you got a show. So you only have to do it once with AI.
So Wendy, I'm gonna disagree with you a little bit.
That's good.
Okay.
Just me. So, and here's where I go with that. You're right. When you're building out an agent, you are training him once. And when you bring on a new person, you have to train them each individual time, right? But that AI bot is just like a human in that you wouldn't train a BDC rep one time and then let them go without continuing to validate what they're doing, give them corrective actions and corrective training. So it is initially one training, but it is then ongoing corrective course corrections
And
and
coaching.
validation. It's exactly the same as a really smart intern. Set them going, get them going, and then teach them along the way and make
You want the data outliers to cause
Agreed.
problems with
Yeah.
your
Yeah,
regular.
agreed. I probably didn't articulate that well, but
Yeah.
agreed completely. Same as training and coaching.
Yep.
You have to keep coaching on a daily basis to make sure that there's consistency in the implementation and that the AI is not making mistakes and everything else. So yeah, you need to coach that. But then if you onboard subsequent players from the AI and even create an AI onboarding process and certifications and stuff like that, you can make it work. It's gonna take work, but it's gonna be a lot less work than using all humans with no AI in the mix.
I don't think all humans are the answer anymore, to be honest with you as a dealer. And I don't think all AI is an answer.
That may come.
I think it's a combination of the two because like Mike said earlier, it's just AI was created to create human to human contact, connection.
And like one example, like you can meet that customer where they want to be too. It's like one of my clients, Ricky, he called me up the other day. He's like, "This is so funny. I had a customer call to set an appointment, and I was going to take the call, and he asked me to transfer him to Genie. He had to.
So
he had his Genie
Auto Genie.
was called Alex. And so everybody can have their own name for their Genie. But this customer called to get transferred that, and he's like, "Well, I can just take your appointment." But then he's like, "Yeah, but then I have to give you all my information. I have to tell you why I'm calling again." The AI already knows his whole history, so it's like just make it easier for him.
So he called the owner of the repair shop and said, "I don't want to talk to you. Just transfer me to your AI because."
And I just want to make a quick appointment.
Well, that's a pretty valid reason as to why they do have an AI.
So some people, they like talking to an AI, and some people don't. Some people like to fill out forms, some people like to do the chat, some people like text messages. Everybody's different, and having an AI to be available when a human's not is a great thing. And then people who are used to it and like it, eventually as it goes on, I think they're going to get a lot more of that type of, who's the first person, who's your first contact, the first handshake. It's going to be your AI. It's going to be online, it's going to be on social media, it's going to be on your videos, it'll be on your emails, it'll be on all this type of messaging. That's your brand, and that AI is going to be your brand.